Hey young people, welcome to day 4 of Latin 1. Today I'm just going to go over how to use the Quizlet for today's assignment and for prepping for the imperfect tense quiz that I'm going to post. I'm planning on posting it late on Thursday, so if you want to do it Thursday, you feel like you're 100% prepared for it, that's fine. I'm looking into it, and it looks like it's going to take a little bit longer for most students to complete, I think, than I originally anticipated. So I'm basically making it it's going to be its own daily assignment in and of itself. You're not going to have anything else to do on the day that we do the imperfect quiz. So if you want to save it for Friday and just take the extra time to study, that's good. And as I said before, there's not going to be a hard due date for it. I'm going to leave it active in the system for at least a week. Okay, on the EDSB homepage, there's going to be a post that'll look like this, and it'll have a thing here. Study for the using the Quizlet flashcards at this link. Click on that link or use the bookmarked link, and it'll open up a Quizlet page. It'll look like this. This will have all the flashcards, and usually I don't enter instructions for these things, but for this one I did. These are kind of important. They say conjugate the verb paro, parare, paravi, paratum to prepare in the imperfect tense. So every one of your answers for this Quizlet should be some form of paro or some translation of paro. When you take the imperfect tense quiz, it's also going to be a first conjugation verb. It's going to be one of these are, avi, atum verbs. But it's going to be something other than paro. It's not going to be paro, and it's not going to be amo. I'll tell you that much. So expect some other verb. I will give you all the principal parts so you can confirm that it's first conjugation, and I'll give you the definition so you don't need to worry about you not knowing what the verb is. That's not going to be part of the trick. But everything for this Quizlet is going to be some form of paro. It says practice typing the answer to each prompt. Macrons are not necessary for the quiz, so I've omitted them from the answers here to make it easier to type. So each one of the flashcards, it's either going to be prompting you for Latin or it's going to be prompting you for English. This is exactly how it's going to be on the imperfect tense quiz. Half the answers are going to be asking you for a Latin form, and you're going to have to type it in. Half are going to be asking you for an English form, and you're going to have to type out the English phrase. I color-coded it, so the person of the verb is always in yellow, the number of the verb is in pink, and the voice of the verb is in blue. So what's the first person singular active form of paro, parare? It is parAbam. You move on to the next flashcard, and it says English meaning of parAbam. You notice the answer here? This is what I was saying. I didn't include macrons. Usually I'm a stickler for macrons. There should be a macron over that A, but like it is here. But I didn't put it in the answer because when you type it out, I don't want you to have to dig through the character map and try to find macrons. It'd be kind of a pain. So, the English meaning of parAbam, it has an M at the end, so it's going to be first person singular, so it's going to be I. It's got a BA, so it's imperfect, so it's going to be was or were verbing. Paro, parare is to prepare, so it should be I was preparing, and it is. Once you feel like you've got the flashcards down, there's another link here, and it says complete the Quizlet in write mode, and you click on this link. And when you click on that, you end up with something that looks like this. It'll start actually with, let me just do it over here. Mine's already done, so I'm going to hit start over. Try that. Okay, it's going to come up with a random flashcard. Make sure when you do this, go to the options and make sure it says answer with Latin. It sounds like it'd be harder, but it's actually almost impossible if you do it the other way, where you start with English, or you answer with English, because it's not always the case. The answers rotate between Latin and English. Make sure it's set to answer with Latin, and that's the only way you can really do it. Also, if you're doing the right mode and you have it set to answer with Latin, this is almost exactly what you're going to be doing on the imperfect tense quiz that I'm going to post later. So, if you can do this and get 100, you'll get 100% on the quiz. It says first person singular passive. All right, remember, everything is some form of paro, so I'm going to type par as my stem. Paro parare is first conjugation, so the stem letter is A. On the quiz, the stem letter is also going to be A because it's going to be first conjugation. Put in the tense sign, which is BA, and now I need to think, what is the first person singular passive personal ending? Well, the passive endings are aris, ter, mer, mini, entor. The first person singular is R, so it should be parAbar. If I hit enter, it says correct, and I advance. It says English meaning of parAbam. Okay, now it's asking for an English translation. So bont has an nt ending. That's third person plural, so it's going to be they. It's active, so it's just they were verbing, not they were being verbed. And paro is to prepare. So this would be they were preparing. And I got it right. This is good because it gives you a passive one. What's parAbator? Well, ter is a third person singular ending. And make sure when you type this out, type it exactly like this. He/she/it. This is one of the reasons I'm having you do this in write mode, is because when you take the quiz, it's going to be set up as an EDSB quiz, and you have to type it exactly right, word for word, letter for letter, punctuation. If you put in an extra space, it'll mark it wrong. So if you get 100% in this Quizlet, you should be fine on the actual quiz. But type he/she/it. All right, it is passive, so it's going to be was being, and then paro is to prepare, but it's got to be passive. So he/she/it was being prepared, and it says correct. Let's do another Latin one. What's a third person singular active of paro? It's got to have par, it's got to have the stem letter A, it's got to have BA as the tense sign, and it has to be third person singular, so BAT, parAbam. Once you get through all of these, there are 24 of them, take a screenshot when you're done. Some students, I noticed they did this with the Setup for Success Week thing, and they just took out their phone and took a picture of the screen. That's totally fine. But take a picture of your results and send them in. I would shoot for 100% because whatever you get, it's going to be that out of 10 points. So if you get a 91%, you're going to get a 9 out of 10. If you get an 80%, you'll get an 8 out of 10, and so on. All is not lost. I mean, if you're doing the quiz and you're 2, 3, 4 questions in and you get one wrong, just go down to where it has options and just click start over. When you're done, take a screen cap of your results and upload it to the daily assignment. And that's the assignment for the day. Thank you.